have a question. Right? Send your face off, guys. Send your face off, guys.
Offensive goal scored by number 24, Brandon Hardy. This is victorious.
And we're going to do a picture right after this, so congratulations, it's yours.
I just can't believe it.
Yeah, just you personally, you get the state championship now. How did that feel internally? How did it feel for the boys?
It's for the boys, absolutely 100%. That's why we do this. But what I would say is my son, my brother, and I were number 21, and the alumni, the 50th anniversary alumni were here. And those guys, when we were getting 20, number 20 was texting me every day. It's beautiful to win 21 state titles when your son, your older brother, and you wore the number. That to me, the takeaway is it's all about the kids, but that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about what you saw in that final goal and just the elation.
Yeah, well, Hardy not only did that on the final goal, he did it twice in the fourth quarter, and I just love to see the kids celebrate. It's, you know, I say at the first meeting of every year, I know we're going to cry, but I'd much rather have tears of joy. And I've seen those tears of failure. We've been here 5 times since I've been coaching, and it's just beautiful to cry. All the boys were crying based on the amount of work they put in and how much they did. So it's a phenomenal thing. And you know, as a 60-year-old man, you can't get this level of joy many ways.
Yeah, in this type of game where it's so back and forth, it feels like no lead is really safe. How do you guys stay consistent?
It's all about the preparation. I mean, tons of film, tons of practicing, in and out of sets, what's in the toolbox, and the kids have to do it, right? So I guess that takes some of the adrenaline away, knowing that I tell them all the time, the coaches are cheerleaders in the state championship. They can't hear me say anything. The only time we get to talk to them is during a timeout. So it's all on them. And they won this game, and it's all about the preparation.
And when it comes to, I think it was the first overtime period, I think you guys hit 2 posts in the first overtime
One of them went in, but
one of them went in, whatever it's called in the field. So like, and at this point in the year, like that's at this point in the year, you don't want too much of this or too much of this. But that, with 2 moments like that, that kind of tests where you're at. Because 1 second you're here, and then it can kind of shift back and forth.
Yeah, it's an emotional roller coaster, but you gotta love adrenaline. And you know, that's what we say. Myself and Coach Agostino and Coach Ferdy, we're addicted to the adrenaline. And it can't be any better. If you're looking to have that feeling in your body, there's no better platform. And the other thing I'll say, going into this season and being independent, that makes, I think, us relax, is these guys completely outperformed expectation, right? We lost 17 seniors last year. 17 guys that had been in the state championship, and we start 4 freshmen and 4 sophomores. So what could be better? There's nothing more rewarding.
And when it comes to, I guess, I know you talked about they kind of went in and out of zone. They threw different things at you guys to kind of not give you that time to kind of settle into it. What was the most difficult? Like when it comes to just like seeing what they're giving you and then deciphering it, and by the time you do, you're switching into something else.
We definitely had in our toolbox what should be run against that. But the difficult part is we weren't moving off ball. And some of that's fatigue and some of that is nerves, right? They're 15, 16, 17-year-old boys, and it's, you know, you can tell them as much as you want in the timeouts, hey, let's move off ball, but in this moment, I mean, the crowd was phenomenal. It's hard for them to, you know, get over that. And they did a great job on getting in and out of defenses. But we had stuff. It just took us some time, and I'm super proud that they did it in a relaxed manner.
And I know 2 goals isn't really anything in a lacrosse game, especially when it's early on. But you know, I know people talk about, you know, teams getting punched in the mouth early. I mean, it was a big hit over here early in the game. They come back in transition, score. They score the 2 first goals. I mean, I know it's early quarter 1, but the fact that you guys were able to kind of, I think, get 2 quick ones kind of back pretty quickly. I mean, that was
off Lob's fake, you know.
Yeah, how you respond early.
Right. Well, you know, I have to tell you, of all the teams I've coached, these guys were the most relaxed. The kids were relaxed on the sideline, which you go down 2-0. You know, some teams can crumble there. They just were relaxed, and they made me relax. They were like, no worries, coach. And then Nick had the transition face-off goal to Josh Yaglo, and then Finn scored right off of it, and they were like, "We're good, coach." And so the adrenaline piece, it all comes down to the team, right? It's about the kids. That's why we do it. And they were cool as cucumbers in the 3 overtimes, and when we went down 2-0.
Have you ever seen a state final like that? Have you ever been a part of one like that?
We lost. Well, we beat Bill Ricca in double overtime on the face-off, and the year after I graduated high school, we lost to Concord Carlisle, and I saw 5 overtime. 1983, the Longmeadow team, Rich Joseph Sr. scored in the 5th overtime against Concord Carlisle. So I think I'm a historian about Massachusetts lacrosse. I think that's the biggest one. But now we're 2nd and 3rd with 3 and 2. So that was, as I had graduated the year before, that was the most exciting game, and one of our assistants was assisting on that team, Rob Carey.
Besides the guys in our room and film, practice all day. We trained so hard for this. We had a great 23 class that left last year, so we were doubted all year. We came in firing. We peaked in the playoffs. We just played so well. Definitely fought some adversity this game. Marshfield was a great team, but we just showed up when it mattered. Brendan Hardy hitting shots, our D climbing up, both our goalies making saves.
Yeah, like you mentioned, 17 seniors graduated from last year, and Coach talked about that as a little bit of adversity over the season. Tell me just how, throughout the season, how you guys overcame that and what ways you kind of stepped in.
Yeah, I mean, we knew no one thought we'd be here, but this is just Longmeadow lacrosse. Like, we don't rebuild, we just replenish. Like, guys come in, young guys. You see how many young guys. Most of this team's going to be back here next year. Hopefully they win again. Glad I could leave on top with our 2nd ring and our 21st of the program. Just best feeling in the world. I'm going to remember this forever. So.
Yeah, and just you personally, when that final goal went in, what did it feel like? What was that elation like?
I mean, it's my best friend for life who hit that. That's my brother. These are all my brothers, but me and him, me and Brendan Hardy, we've gone back since I can remember. We've trained so hard for these moments since freshman year. We're on the field with you every day, so it just shows it paid off, and we're going to remember this forever, like I said.
Yeah, Coach talked about being sort of a Massachusetts lacrosse historian himself. He said this was probably the 2nd or 3rd best overtime game he's been a part of or seen before. What does that kind of say about the nature of the game today?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not wrong. It was an intense game, back and forth, leads going up and down, both teams. And my sophomore year, we won a double overtime. I didn't really think you could top that, but this is amazing. This is insane. Add another overtime game winner. Doesn't get better.
Absolutely. And I know face-off wins played a big part in overtime. You guys won all 3 of those opening face-offs. Just tell me a little bit about your face-off man.
Lob.
What he's done for the team.
Lob. Nick DeAndre's stepped up huge this year. We didn't have a really set face-off guy. He filled the role. Trained with past alumni that play in college. Trained on his own. Went to face-off factory. Just became a fucking beast. Like, excuse my language, but he helped us win this thing. So I love that. I love him. I love the kid.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah.